Okay, it's time to talk about shoulder hooping. It's finally warm outside, but it's still a little chilly, so I've got my sweatshirt on. Shoulder hooping is easily my favorite way to hoop, but it takes a lot of work. It's one of the hardest things to learn, but ultimately one of the most rewarding because it gives you so much freedom. And I know right now you're thinking, freedom! Ha! Because that's about what I thought the first time someone said, oh, shoulder hooping gives you so much freedom. It does! You just have to get there. So let's get there. To start, you are definitely going to want to have a really firm grasp of chest hooping. So practice your chest hooping, and definitely watch my tutorial on it where I teach you how to punch and elbow your enemies for success. Shoulder hooping is going to use a lot of the same arm movements, what with the punching and the elbowing. It's just that your arm is going to be down, so it's going to be more underhanded punching and elbowing, right? Yeah. When you're shoulder hooping, you're making an even more elongated rectangle oval shape that you're trying to fit into that circle shape, which makes it even more difficult than chest hooping, which is already difficult. So mastering it requires a lot of drilling and really forcing your body into those shapes. All right, starting to warm up. Assuming that you hoop to the left, the movement you want to make when the hoop crosses your shoulder, which is actually more about 2 inches below your shoulder, it's gonna hit right here. You're going to bring your left shoulder forward. That's the face punch armpit move, just translated to only your shoulder. What that's doing is creating a curve around your back for the hoop to go over more gently. When the hoop comes around to your right arm, you're going to pull your shoulder back, opening up your chest so that the hoop has a nice curve to flow over there. So again, that's the armpit elbow. See how your armpit is moving when you're elbowing back? Except you're just bringing it down. You can even still think about pulling your elbow back, because that will create the same motion in your shoulder. If you go to the right, you're gonna reverse that. So that sounds easy enough, and it is in theory. The trick is getting your movements coordinated, and most people, me included, recommend practicing with one shoulder at a time. There are a couple of ways you can do this. You can either start from your neck, or you can start from your chest. Starting from your neck is actually a great way to practice both your chest hooping and your shoulder hooping. In order to practice from your neck, you're gonna get the hoop going around your neck, and then when it's time to bring your arm up, you want to tilt a little bit away from the arm you're lifting up. So if you're lifting your left arm up, you want to tilt a little bit to the right. You want to wait until there's an open space in the hoop on the side where you're bringing that arm up, and then you're going to pop it up into place. So for your left arm, you're going to tilt slightly to the right, pop your left arm into place, and start your face punching. And then when you start to feel comfortable there, you're going to pull your arm in, again waiting for that open space on the hoop. So you're still going to be slightly tipped over, and your shoulder is still going to be in that up position as if your arm is up. See? Up, arm down, shoulder up, arm up, arm down, shoulder up, and then you're gonna proceed to do that pulling forward move.
Codex, pull forward.
Same to the right side, except you're gonna tip to the left, pop your right arm through, practice your elbowing motion, and then drop your arm down, but leaving your shoulder up. The first few times you do this, it's going to feel super awkward, and you're probably going to drop the hoop. It's going to slip off your shoulder, and that is okay. That is where the practice comes in. The goal here is to just get to where you can feel what you're supposed to be doing, and then make that what you're aiming for while you're practicing. If you're already feeling comfy with your chest hooping, you can start the hoop going around your shoulder, and then when there's an open space in your hoop, you can drop your arms through one at a time and practice those back and forth motions. Another way that you can get started is by using a stall. So to set up the stall, you want to bring the hoop down around you and then prop it up against your chest. Stick your arms under the hoop so that the hoop is resting on your 2 arms and your chest, and then just start turning in your dominant direction and try to keep the hoop sitting on your chest. You'll have to turn pretty fast for this, so this isn't an exercise for the weak or the easily dizzy, but try it a few times if you can. When you've got the hoop going at decent speed or you feel like you're about to lose it, stop spinning and pop both shoulders forward so that your back rolls into the hoop, and then you'll start to feel a little bit of momentum to keep the hoop going around your shoulders. Probably what's going to happen right at first is you'll pop your shoulders forward, it'll go around once or twice, and then the hoop will fall. That's okay, but this is a good way to get a feel for how to start the hoop on your shoulders. Alright, my battery's about to die, so I'm going to keep this one short. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions for future tutorials, go ahead and leave those in the comments too. And if there's anything you want me to go into a little more detail on, let me know, and I'll try to do another tutorial that's more specific and helpy and so on and so forth. I will see you next time. Happy hooping! There are dogs in my yard. When you've got the hoop going at decent speed, trains, dogs!